The superstars of Fan Control Football Season 2.0 are not only the who's who of celebrity team owners and influencers, not the 21 million live views of our Emmy-nominated broadcast. Across Twitch, DAZN, Fubo, NBCLX, Peacock. Or our highlights that scored over 100 million views. And we can't forget best-in-class sponsors. But the biggest star of Season 2 is our play calling app that allow fans to control the action on the field. Fans pick a team, pick a play, 4 run plays, 4 pass plays to choose from. The play with the most votes is called in real time.
We got it.
This is where video games and live action come to life. And now, Fan Control Sports and Entertainment brings you Fan Controlled Hoops, where fans call the shots. Coming 2023, the future of sports is here, and it's Fan Control. Power to the fans.
Are you ready for it?
Back to work. Oh, it's Monday, Leighton. It's back to work time. I'm pumped. Are you pumped? I'm pumped.
I'm super excited.
Yes.
Super excited. Super pumped.
Well,
Like the shoes, the little pump it shoes.
Let me tell you something. When Reebok
You had
Pump
a pair?
came out, I think I was in the second grade, maybe the first grade. And dude, everybody like dove at kids' shoes and tried to pump them or release them because there was a release. You pump them, and then release them.
Oh wow.
That's kind of fire. Jim, switch us so that my name is under Josh and Leighton face.
Yes.
There you go.
Cosplay this week.
Is that your lawn care guy out there again?
No, that's our garage. It's right under us. And yeah. That's Ray going to yoga. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to Back to Work. We're here every single Monday. Fan Controlled Sports at Fan Controlled Sports across all social medias. Home to Fan Controlled Football, soon to be Fan Controlled Hoops, and the rest of the Fan Controlled world. Because this weekend, Leighton, the fans chose correctly. Let me tell you something. As somebody that has bet on horses many a time.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Listen, on social media, Leighton and I do. Hitch J Spacely, hit it, Jim. Every like probably 4 to 5 times a week, we'll do fans vote. I bet, right? And we're like a little above 500 right now. I think my DraftKings account is in the black. It's in positive numbers, right? I'm not in the red. And our friends Jack Settleman, Bob Menery, all the people at Commonwealth, go follow the Commonwealth. Join Commonwealth on Instagram. They have a horse, and their business model I love. You can buy into racehorses and you can buy into professional golfers, right? You can buy pieces of them. Their earnings become your earnings, that kind of stuff. It's a real life video game, just like what we do. So Grant Cohen, one of our founders, is like, hey, Mage is running this weekend. Check out social media. So I said to Leighton, I was like, well, we gotta do a gamble here, right? We got to bet on Mage. So I put a little bit of my own scratch on Mage, and the fans voted. They said yes, and Mage won the daggum Kentucky Derby.
You did.
Were you yelling at the TV? Tell me you were yelling at the TV.
Not only was I yelling at the TV, I was yelling at my group chat because my friends were like, no, go this horse. And I simply just said the name Mage in the chat. That's all I did.
Mage.
And then Twitter, Mage wins. And then I dropped the link in there. They said, how? I was like, I just left it at that.
He's a genius. We did it. Freddie Emerald, did they vote for Mage because they thought Mage would win or because connection? They voted because they voted. I don't know why they voted. There's no reasoning. Yeah. They voted. We won. I consider this our first fan-controlled horse race as a winner.
No, that goes in the books. Yeah, that goes in the books. And then shout out to Jack Settleman. Shout out to Bob Menery. Like, they're champions.
Yeah.
I really like the video of Jack at the Kentucky Derby. Like, he and his friend, they're all happy. They got the roses in their mouth. Like,
they went insane.
Yeah,
they went insane. Let me ask you something. All right, first of all, what's your horse's name? You get a racehorse. What do you name it?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Red Clay Baby.
Clay Baby. Oh, because of the Georgia Clay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Red Clay Baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I go that route.
Okay. I think. Well, we could do obviously like the FCP, the fan controlled pony, right? That's not a fan controlled horse, a fan controlled pony. We put it out there.
My little fan control. We do that one. Fan biscuit. Could we do fan biscuit?
Bojack Horseman. Just call it Bojack. Okay. Now, it's Jay Spacely. Horseman. Yay or nay? All right, Jay. Golf clap for you, sir. That is a solid golf clap. I love that. When you ask Rosie what sound a horse makes, she goes, pretty cute.
That sounds like adults on a Monday.
Yes. Okay. I thought you would go just the name of a horse called Morehouse College. I think is pretty sick.
You think so? Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
I'd name him after one of our halls, like Graves Hall.
Graves Hall is a great horse name.
Graves Hall.
What the thing about horse racing is that the names, right? They have to be said by the guy. So you can say them all in line, and they can be 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 words, right?
Yeah.
Max 4 words. Okay. So you could just look at pieces of your house and start picking it out for the horse name, right? Like countertop fork. Boom. Countertop fork is still a horse name.
It's a terrible name.
It's a horrible name, but it's a name. How about gentle remote? Gentle remote. That's the name of a horse. It's just a remote there gently. So you can create horse names really out of thin air just by looking around your house. It's kind of like bands, right? Bands just kind of look at stuff and they're like empty chair. Hey, where are the empty chairs? Boom.
Okay, so then now I want a horse named Stainless Steel.
Boom. Beautiful. Love
Stainless Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Bill Cower? Never mind. I've been thinking. I used to run a website where me and my buddy would just put random things and people could pick it for their band name, but you could also use it for a horse name. My Aunt Char has like a ton of nicknames for her kids, tons of nicknames, and they all sound like horse names. All sound like thoroughbred horse racing. You got like Teenage Challenge Queen, Lushy Eileen. Like these are.
I like that one.
You like Lushy Eileen?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one, right? Yeah. Freddie Airmail, have you heard of Hoof-Hearted? No, but that's great.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's a good one. Okay.
Horseshoe Bandit. You would just keep coming up with stuff. Hanging Plant. I'm just looking at a hanging plant over there. Empty Coffee Maker.
I have read more books. I have a sign that says read more books.
Framed picture. Framed picture coming down the outside. Right?
Dead printer.
Dead printer. That is perfect.
That's a really good one.
So good. Freddie Airmail says it's a pun. You got to say it fast. Have you heard of Hoof-Hearted? Oh,
no.
That's good. Yeah. It's Jay Spacely. Coffee makers should be empty, Josh. Should they? Or should they be full of coffee?
Mine is full of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been to a horse race before, Leighton? Like a big one?
No. Actually, my family and I were thinking about going to Louisiana at some point because they have the trail, whatever it is. So where my parents are from, it's horse racing. It's all cowboys. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I recorded Legos horse racing or horse riding. I'm not racing.
Oh, okay.
I'm about the height of a jockey. I was looking at Secretariat. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you would be on the very tall end of Jockeyville.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you'd have to lose about 100 pounds. Not that you're fat, but jockeys are like
no, but they are tiny. I mean, I was looking like in the movie. I was like, oh, so he's like 4'2".
Tiny.
And is there a reason why a lot of them are French?
I think French people stopped growing back during the Revolution, and so they're shrinking. It's a shrinking population.
No, and I'm glad you brought that up because then I was thinking, like, were they the shortest army in the Revolution? Like,
100%.
What has
Napoleon's like 5'2"?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Jose Ruckus said, you all should play a game of Dobbins or Bobbins. What's that? I want to play that.
Yeah, I'm
it's Jay Stacey. If you're in my state, FanDuel makes your head to the horse arena in order to verify your ID. That's how they get you. Yes. Because once you're there, then you start betting. Santa Anita in LA is a famous, horse track. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And we would go there probably like once every couple of months, get all dressed up, sit in the box. You can get an all you can eat buffet. And then you have a personal handicapper that walks around and gives you like, each race. He's like, I'd take a trifecta on like the 3, the 7, and the 10 horse. You're like, oh, okay. Awesome. And at Santa Anita, you have dirt and turf. So you can see him race on grass and you can see him race on dirt. Pretty cool.
I kind of like how it looks on turf.
Yeah,
horse racing on turf is actually pretty dope.
It's pretty cool. I haven't been to the Derby. I've been to the Preakness twice, and the Preakness is like Mardi Gras. It's very trashy.
Really? Okay.
Have you ever seen the video of the guys running across the porta-johns? Like on top of the porta, and they're getting like beers thrown at them. Do yourself a favor actually, Jim, if you could find Preakness porta-john racing and bring up a video, you could find it. It's aggressive. I mean, it is. I went to the Preakness twice and did not see a horse race. And you just sit in the infield and get hammered. You just get really, really drunk all day long. You ride buses into a very unsafe part of Baltimore, and you watch horses racing. And you get on the bus and leave. It is Pimlico is not in a nice area. Yeah,
fan controlled yacht racing. Oh wow.
Did Mage win enough for fan controlled yacht? I mean, are we into yacht racing? I don't know. Sailing seems boring.
It's pretty whack to me.
And every time I hear about cigarette boat racing,
isn't there a yacht rocks? Like sailing?
Yes, Christopher Cross. It's one of the great. Okay, here you go. Yeah. Leighton, here you go. All right. So these people climb up on top of the porta-johns. This is in Baltimore. And look, people are just throwing beers like full. And there he goes. He's running. He's getting, look at all those beers getting thrown at the guy. He's going. Is he going to make it? He runs across. Oh, he got one straight to the head. Boom. And that's how people get concussions. And
I was also shocked to, I was doing my research into the Triple Crown. And I was really shocked to see that like 2 of the races are in the Northeast. I don't know why. I would expect this to be something like, okay, you have one in Kentucky, but then I would think Texas would be where one of them is. And then maybe Georgia or like a Florida. Florida seems like a really good state for horse racing.
Florida was the last state to have dog racing. It's the last state.
That sounds Florida, like a very man thing to do, though.
It is. Dog racing is not great. It is depressing. Yeah. Those poor dogs are. I mean, horse racing is much better. Those horses, some of them are treated very well, but on the lower end and some of like the worst horse tracks, it's not the best. It's kind of rough. Okay. It's not great. Jay Spacely, that looks very high risk, no reward. That's correct. That is very, very correct. It's kind of like free soloing a mountain. Like, what do you get out of it? You just get to the top. That's it. Oh, Jose Ruckus. No, horse racing is old money. Got to be in Connecticut or something. You're right. I mean, all those early horses, in the like a Seabiscuit, the story of Seabiscuit, those horses were all coming from New York because that's where all the money was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right. Jose Ruckus is right. All right, Jim, what's next? Let's get back to work.
Oh, it's on it.
He got it.
Yeah.
All right. Do we think that Jokic running into the Suns owner is on the owner, or is that on Jokic?
It's on the owner. I think it's on the owner. I do think fans are just too close.
How would you change courtside seats in order to make this less of an occurrence?
They need to raise the floor like they do for the Final Four. If you think
that's safer?
A little bit. A little bit.
So now they're falling onto them instead of into them.
Yeah. Or some space and then a little bit of padding on the side.
I think that there needs to be like indoor football, like we had in
like a padded wall.
Like a padded wall. You got a little table there. I don't need my feet on the court. I don't need to be playing basketball and a foot be an inch, 2 inches from out of bounds. I don't need that. Oh, Jose Ruckus, ring ropes on the sides like a wrestling match.
I do like ring ropes. I do like that.
Yeah. And then they could bounce off of them.
Mm-hmm.
See, now we've got an idea for fan controlled hoops, Leighton. is, listen, do we like wrestling? No. Are we going to talk about it? No, because it seems like anytime we talk about wrestling, people lose their effing mind. So, yeah.
About, when we're talking about the padded walls, I immediately thought about like hockey and how they push you up. Because I just got done watching the 30 for 30 about the Avalanche versus Red Wings and that whole
the 90s
slaughter fest.
Yeah.
But yeah, like imagine that in basketball. Embiid and Jokic just. Speaking of Embiid, did you see his foot land on top of, was it Grant Williams' head?
Yeah, that was something, huh?
Yeah, see, it's a violent sport.
It is. And getting your head stomped on by a 6'10" man.
Yeah.
It's not going to feel good. There's no helmet there to stop you. It's just hard wooden skull.
So they should be wearing helmets in basketball.
Yeah.
How stupid.
What about those like rugby helmets that are more like just padded hats?
Yeah, that would still look very stupid.
Yeah.
Like imagine you have to wear that and the mask that Jaylen Brown has on.
That's tough.
You like your mom loves you too much.
My poor son's noggin. He can't be ruining it. Do we think that a sport with basketball and soccer together with a hoop, like you got to head it into you can use only one hand, but you can kick it into the net and you can head it into the net, make the net a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but imagine how many heads are going to hit I know you've seen those highlights of dudes who jump too high and they hit their heads on the backboard. Every sport needs a helmet at this point. Just every sport needs a helmet.
When my little nephew was young, he wore a helmet everywhere, and it wasn't because he was like his head needed like reshaping. You know how some kids wear the helmets to like shape their head? He just kept running his head into things, and my brother's like, just keep the helmet on at this point. Like, I'm tired of him crying because he hit his head. Okay, so all right, so do we think at this point in the Western Conference, do we think the Nuggets take the Suns? I mean, that series is not even close to over.
I just feel like the Suns are going to pull it out. It's just it's going to be on the back of Devin Booker, and this is his moment to step up. But did you watch the game last night?
I did. I watched some of it, not all.
Yeah,
of it.
the Nuggets almost took it. Like they were right there. But I'm a lean Suns. But the Nuggets, that was almost a collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Nuggets, this is the easiest road the Nuggets have ever had to win a title. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joker dropped a 50 burger and they still lost. Thanks, Jose. Yes. The hard part for me, I think, is that it's hard to root for a team from Denver. I'm just going to say it straight up. There's nothing about, I think Russell Wilson has soured the entire Denver sports program for me. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm done. I think I'm just done. So I think that for the NBA's sake, if we're saying it's scripted, the NBA needs the Lakers or the Warriors to be in the title. They need to get out of the Western Conference, right? Like there needs to be something there. Jose Ruckus, as a Seahawks fan, I 100% agree. Yeah, thanks, Jose. You're 100% correct. Okay. And so I personally think the better team is probably in the Phoenix Nuggets series, but nobody wants them in the final.
No, I don't want to watch either of those teams in the final.
No.
I
don't think. Go ahead.
I almost don't even want to see KD play for the Suns anymore. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
It is weird to watch. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't equate. Man, it's really KD in a Suns uniform. It's like watching, Tom Brady in the Bucks uniform. Just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Yeah. He's been to too many teams. He has no identity. KD to me is now just,
see,
you can't keep changing the lead singer of the band and expect me to like the band.
Okay, so this is why, and I was talking to my friend yesterday about this. I
lost you. Hey, baby.
Fans, we like seeing Michael Jordan got this many titles and Kobe got this many titles with the Lakers. Same thing with Tim Duncan and the Spurs. But those posters of trophies for KD and LeBron, you're right. They're gonna have so many different jerseys on there. But I want to see a poster of Steph Curry, 5, 6 championships, all in the Warriors uniform. I value that. You stay in one place and you build.
And when you were with the Warriors, everything was good. You were winning championships.
You just didn't want to be number 2.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Eastern Conference. Knicks Heat.
I got the Heat.
Yeah, I think that the Celtics or the Knicks time is up. I think the Heat. They're on a mission from God. And do we even? Is the Celtics a series? What?
Celtics are going to pull away.
Right?
Yeah, I think they're going to pull away. I like them better. I mean, yeah, the 76ers look good at times, but overall, I think the Celtics have a more complete team. Shout out to our friend Ryan Gordon, that's now Whistle Sports. He just put out a really dope video. The real leader of the Celtics, in my opinion, and I agree with him, is Jaylen Brown, but we give it all to Tatum.
Yeah.
I think Jaylen Brown is the real him on that team. And then another player that they have to stop leaving open. I mean, if he gets it off with just enough time, Marcus Smart wins that game. So that's why I literally have Celtics Heat in the Eastern Conference Final.
Celtics Heat is the better matchup. There's something about Joel Embiid I just don't trust. I don't know.
Sorry.
He
cried a lot in the beginning.
He's a crybaby. He's a flopper. He kind of, I don't know. And Philadelphia is just that city.
Yeah, I know.
Now I got to hear about the 76ers. Now them too.
Yeah.
Bah.
I hate the Phillies. Hate them.
Yeah. Bah. Mm-hmm. And you got it. Jay Spacey, put some spec on Jason Tatum's name. You're right. Okay. Right now, Jim, let's just get back to work. I kind of want I keep glazing over that, Thanks, Jim. You're crushing it today. It's great to hear from you. Okay. Get that? Is he going to do it again?
This is what happens. This is what happens when you give someone too many gold stars. See?
Okay. So right now, go to fchoops.io. You can submit to create, name the next fan-controlled basketball teams. Last week on Don't Cause a Ruckus, AJ and Jose had some really fun names. The Rim Reapers, it makes me giggle every single time, and the fact that will never be a team name, unless we can legally we cannot have that be a team name.
No, not at all. We can't.
I think better
sponsors for that team.
No. Unless it's like toilet bowl cleaner, like that's the.
Every time they hit a 3, the sound should be.
It's so bad. I mean, we might as well just name the team the 69ers at this point.
Right, at that point, right? Yeah.
But they had some really fun names.
That would be a good rivalry, though. The Consequences versus the Rim Reapers.
Rim Reapers. One team has pink eye. Yeah. The Consequences video from the Fan Controlled Show made me giggle. That was really well done. And I like the Consequences. I like the Rim Reapers. I'm also a big fan of the Slammy Donkeys. But we have some of the names that were
such a great name.
The Slammy Donkeys is incredible, man. It's incredible. Shout out to our girl Jessica Samola, aka Ruthless Cutie, who runs the Discord and has sent in some of the team names that have been submitted on the website. These are official submissions from the websites. All right. We have Jose Ruckus coming on here in about 5 minutes. What? F it. Let's bring him. We're going to bring on Jose to talk about baseball. But Jose, host of Don't Cause a Ruckus, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, wearing a
WNBA hoodie.
WNBA.
Oh, I like that.
I have the black one.
Hell yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I talked to Renee Montgomery on Friday, actually, talking a little bit about the training camp for her squad. Okay, so some of these, Jose, welcome to the show. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good to be on, man.
Mustache is looking solid.
Thank you.
Just fantastic. Okay, so these again are from the website fchoops.io. Just give me thumbs up, thumbs down. Quick rebuttal if you like it or you don't. Okay, here we go.
Cool.
First one. The Demonic Llamas submitted by Big Papa. That's a thumbs down from both of the gentlemen. Okay, here we go. The Block Nest Monsters, 2Z designs. Yeah, I'm a fan of that one.
Like that a lot.
Really good. Solid. The Gutter Ballers by Should Have Been 8 Beasts.
It's a no from me.
First off, the fans sounds like they're fans of 3 different FCS teams.
I know.
I don't trust them.
The Hoopsie Daisies. I think I like that. Oopsie daisies.
The logo has it.
Yep. We got a thumbs up. Those are good. That one came from our buddy Jay Spacely. Jay Spacely, no free throws, all one word with a Z at the end of throws.
No free throws.
It's a bit wordy for me.
It
reminds me of like the Should Have Been Stars, where it's just a little too long.
Too long. And no free throws, a great name for a horse. That's a really good name for this. You know what? That's the name. That's the name of this segment. Is this FCH good name or name for a horse? Okay. So you guys just give me the name. Here we go. All right. The Brick Brigade. Jose.
Around the turn, the Brick Brigade.
That's a basketball team, but I don't think I want it to be my basketball team.
Makes sense. Leighton.
I like the name for a basketball team, though.
Really? Okay.
Just I want them to be made fun of. That's why. Set them up.
Spacely, Bucket Bandits. Bucket
Solid.
Bandits.
Solid.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Solid for hoops. Solid for hoops. We go to Bang Bang Rogers, Fire Breathing Alpacas. I don't.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's too much.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many alpacas. Okay. The King Ka, our buddy AJ Ka, the Sultans of Swish. I think that's more of a nickname, and that's a horse name for sure. Sultan of Swish.
Yeah.
I like that one. It's a horse name. Yeah,
that's a horse name. Boykin for MVP, the Grass Hoopers. Grass Hoopers.
I like that. I can see the logo.
Yeah.
You like a grass pulling up. Okay.
I mean, it might be the name of like our FCH like AAU team between like 13, 14-year-olds.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hoopers.
Can it be one of the grasshoppers from A Bug's Life?
Yes, 100%.
Like,
just not the Kevin Spacey one.
Yeah.
No, not him. Okay.
All right. Up next, AJ Ka submitting a ton of names. They again get your names in there. FCHoops.io. Archangels. I don't hate it.
That's not bad. I think I'll give that one a thumbs up.
Okay.
I think Beyond the Archangels, a little too much, but Archangels. Okay. Okay. Hoop Hounds. Hoop Hounds. I think that sounds.
It sounds like no. It sounds like if Ted Lasso was a basketball show.
Yeah,
that was their group. The Hoop Hounds.
What did Nate say this past week? Because they got the Diamond Dogs.
The Love Hounds. The Love
Hounds. Dude, that scene was incredible.
That was such a fit. It was so good.
So good. Block Brigade, we've seen, or have we, the Brick Brigade, we've seen. Block Brigade, another brigade in here.
It just sounds like a defensive unit.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good Roblox name, to be honest with you. Right?
Okay.
That's Court Kings.
That's
too
kind of
simple, I think.
Yeah, typical.
Too simple. Hoop Heroes. Too simple.
Yeah.
And then we heard this one last week. Slam Squatch, which we like.
Slam Squatch, like Sasquatch.
Yeah, but with slamming, like slam dunk. Okay.
If they were from Canada, should they be the Slam Saskatchewan? I tried.
Slam Saskatchewan is where you went, and I think that's correct. And then finally, from our buddy Ree Scott Rogers, rate it Sharpshooters.
I'm into that.
I like that.
Yeah,
I do like that one. Yeah,
simple.
What would you name your team?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm leaning really hard on Slammy Dunkies, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, I think, and then the mascot is the Slammin' Sammy. You know, he's just he's a walking sandwich with a basketball. Just ready to yeah, just ready to really get in there. Slammy Dunkies. All right, Jim, hit it. Let's get to why Jose is here. Boom, Jose, our baseball expert and absolute legend. He is the real Diamond Dog.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Jose, your Little League stats. Break them down for us. Give us some Little League Jose Ruckus stats.
I played right field, 0 hits, Probably a couple of walks. I am absolutely not athletically inclined in any way.
Okay, at all in any sport?
Nope, no sport that I'm good at.
At all.
I can pull down rebounds okay at basketball, but I can't shoot.
Okay.
So I got those
You're like
Dennis
me.
Rodman stats in the pickup game, you know?
So a one-on-one game between me and Jose Ruckus is just rebounding. It's just,
Yeah.
It's just
Okay, now we're like a
boxing
rebound
each
drill.
other out.
Like, are they doing rebound drills? No, they're playing 1-on-1.
The game's
So
just
what's
called
the
rebound.
score? Well, in rebounds, it's 35-20. But
The point of the game is to not score. You just have to you have to shoot it and get your own rebound. Shoot it.
I have the strongest calves in the gym. Look at
Oh yeah. Freddie Airmail put this one in the show last week, and I actually do like this name for basketball name, the Hoopacabras.
Yeah,
I like
that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good.
Big
Freddie
fan.
Airmail for the win there.
Yeah.
Okay. Jose Ruckus, Little League, not legend, but a great, from what I understand from your friends in Little League, you were great at chewing sunflower seeds. Great sunflower
Absolutely,
seeds.
yeah.
Yeah. I could tell. Big time. Okay, break it down. Who's the best team in Major League Baseball right now? What's the major story last couple weeks? What's going on?
The Tampa Bay Rays continue
Still.
to be far and
Yeah.
away the best team in the sport. They were already a really good team, and this year they've just put together something that they've been missing, which is hitting home runs.
Okay.
They've got a plus 115 run differential.
Whoa.
Which, just to put that in context, the second best team is the Texans. They have a plus 85, so
Whoa.
they are way better than everybody else.
Wow. And did they sweep my Pirates? Because I tried to check. Did they win all three?
I believe that they won most of those games, and then they
Okay.
just beat the Yankees too. So
God, man.
Wow.
And at one point, when they were facing off against each other, the Rays and the Pirates were the two best teams in baseball, Jose Ruckus.
yeah, the Pittsburgh Pirates still pretty good. They're still leading their division and stuff, but the Atlanta Braves have caught up to them.
Yeah.
In the NL. So
And I saw the other thing that was very interesting, Jose, and we could break this down a little bit, is that Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander make more combined than the Pirates payroll and the Tampa Bay Rays payroll. Not combined, just both teams' payroll do not equal Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander.
yeah, there's some really weird stats like that. Like I think right now in for the Reds, like the third highest paid player on the Reds is Ken Griffey Jr.
Does he have like a Bobby Bonilla contract?
Yeah, he has a deferred contract from when he played there at the end of his career. And so he's one of the highest paid players on their roster.
Oh my!
Is it too late to get into baseball? Like to play the game?
Maybe.
I'm about the same height as Altuve, so you know.
Yeah, you have the same skill set too, Leighton.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. I saw, Ken Griffey Jr. is a scratch golfer too. How about that? Yeah,
I bet he would be excellent at anything he decided to do.
anything he decided to do. Do you remember the cartoon? I think it was called the All-Star something, and it was a cartoon, a Saturday morning cartoon, and it was Bo Jackson, Wayne Gretzky, and Ken Griffey Jr., and they like fought crime.
No.
Hold on.
I'm
Googling.
Never heard of this.
Jim, look it up. Look up Saturday morning cartoon. Pro Stars. There you go. And it was like very rudimentary animation. And they were all like, Bo Jackson was obviously, the best. They had it. I loved the show.
Bo
It was
Jackson,
like
Michael Jordan, and Wayne Gretzky.
yes. And Ken Griffey Jr.
Down the Justice League.
Yeah. No, I think Ken Griffey Jr. was in there too, for sure. But that was a great show. All right, Jose, I just saw this article about Shohei Ohtani and what the free agency is going to look like for him.
Oh yeah.
Where do you think he ends up? Because I want to clip this out, just like we talk every couple of weeks. I want to clip this out. Where do you think Shohei Ohtani ends up? And do you think he's the first player in the history of Major League Baseball that gets signed to $1 billion contract?
I'm really, really hoping he goes to the San Francisco Giants. That's really what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
They've missed on a couple huge huge free agents over the last couple of years, guys that they really thought they were going to get and came in second place for. So I think that they will go all out to get Shohei. He has some connections with San Francisco already, which is neat. And yeah, I do think that contract's going to look something like $1 billion.
See, Leighton, I'm telling you, like 15 years, $1 billion.
Yeah, I think that is probably what the contract's going to look like. It's gonna be a double digit in years and probably close to $1 billion.
Ooh, man, okay. So, what team would you hate if he ended up going to?
The Yankees.
Okay.
Or
yes.
mean the Yankees or the Dodgers. I think both of those would be ratings wise. I'm sure the sport would love to have them there just for the ratings. Those are the two biggest markets in the sport, but it would absolutely cripple the sport for a couple of years. And I think every small market team, which is the majority of baseball fans, are going to be miserable for a decade.
Yeah.
It would be, I think, really bad for the sport if you went to one of those major teams.
I 100% agree with you. I mean, I've never been to a worse place than Dodger Stadium, and I've been to some really crappy places.
Dodgers, I hate everything about that organization.
Yeah.
Can't stand them.
Yep. It's Jay Spacey said Shohei needs ownership wherever he goes, which opens an opportunity for fan-controlled baseball. Yes, it sure does. Yes, it sure does. Jose, if they put a salary cap on baseball, what do you think it looks like?
I think it looks like not a lot of people playing baseball. I think it's already a sport that's struggling to get the best athletes to play the sport. And the big allure for a lot of these guys is that they can make a lot more money playing baseball than they can playing football. If they're just like, if you're a dude who would be like a backup quarterback and not like the number one guy on a team, you go play baseball instead. Yeah. So I think it would be really, really bad for the sport if they went a salary cap.
Do you think that baseball can survive with no salary cap forever? I mean,
as long as the revenue is there, these teams aren't losing money despite what they try to pretend like. The collapse of the I don't know if you've seen this, but a lot of the local networks hosting the baseball games and stuff are really starting to fall apart. Some of them are going completely out of business. So MLB has to like drastically change their model. Probably move really hard into streaming, but like I don't know. I think they're making changes right now. I think they can do a lot of stuff that's going to make fan engagement go up. More people start watching baseball, and I think it should be fine.
If you could, besides pitches, okay? Because I think that right now, if we fan controlled baseball, it'd have to be like one pitch, right, per batter, I guess. Do you know what I mean? Like with voting and stuff. I think pitches is hard with baseball. There's so much stuff that you could do within baseball, I think, to make the game more fun, like bring in the outfield wall, right? Or make nothing foul balls or anything like that. If you were to one thing right now that you think you could implement in baseball that wouldn't change the game that fans could control, what do you think it is?
I think you would. I'm not exactly sure what the rule would look like, but I would want something that encourages more stealing. I think that's one of the most exciting parts of baseball. And like home runs get a little overrated when you've seen them a million times and stuff, but like a really good base stealing, like when that happens once or twice a game, that's super exciting. Okay. So maybe just like something that favors the runner more for stealing bases, I think.
Okay.
Is there a way to add value to stealing bases?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like maybe like a fourth of a point if you steal a base.
Yeah.
I mean, if like you accumulate these over time, then it's like, because imagine it's
a fourth of a run.
Top of the ninth, you need this. You can't count on the dude at bat, but you have 3/4 of stolen bases, and then boom, your guy's still second, and you get the point you need to win. So now the pitcher has to worry.
A walk-off steal.
Yeah, a walk-off steal. Like,
see,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Wow. For us with Acuna, but like.
This is clip this out, Jessica. We're clipping this. This is a really Jose Leighton, very great idea, because now you see it, and not only that, now you have a way to bet baseball. I mean, I think in terms of a little bit of a sports gambling thing, right? Where because betting on baseball is really tough. I mean, the Alabama coach just got in trouble. Leighton was telling me for betting on the own games, and I personally think that athletes should be allowed to bet on their games, just the money line and just their team to win. That's it.
I think that's fair.
You can't bet spread. You can't bet over under. You can't bet your shot
no
attempt.
Over under?
No over under. You can only bet money line and your team to win. But if you're going to bet on yourself, why wouldn't you put some money on?
Yeah, that's not something that you can like really control outside of trying your hardest.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I made that face because I'm thinking of the tweet of the player just says, "Hey, look, bet the under tonight. I'm just not feeling it." It just goes viral. And then everybody's putting it on a graphic on Instagram, like, bet the under. He's, they're telling us, like, they're not.
Freddie Airmail, this is a pretty to add to your steal idea, Jose. If you steal a base, you're worth 2 runs if you get to home. That's not terrible.
Okay. That's okay. I like that. It still does require you to eventually get home, which can be a bit tough.
Yeah.
Well, but then does that only kick in if you steal third base? Like it only matters if you steal third.
No, because I think stealing second is worth the most, because that's what puts you in scoring position. And then you're a deep single away from the difference between second and third isn't that much in terms of scoring.
Right. And stealing third is relatively harder because it's a shorter throw from the catcher, but stealing third is a little bit easier because you get a bigger lead off second than you can off first.
What about like a multiplier? Just like every time that a base is stolen up until a run gets scored.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So it hits. Good. Sort of like a jackpot. Oh,
I like
How
that.
about Jay Spacely? A walk puts you on second base. Okay. I don't hate that.
That's really difficult. Like that really hurts a dude who doesn't have like the best fastball. Like if you're a crafty pitcher, like that really sucks.
Yeah, it totally does. And it also puts, it just puts that giant emphasis on strike, on strike importance, but also that puts a lot of pressure on an umpire too. Because now it's now you got managers coming out and really kicking some dirt in the umpire's face. See, this is some fun rules. And go hit it.
All right. So now let's say I have would it be a right-handed batter? Okay. I'm a catcher. Guy, if he steals third, he can win the game. So pitcher throws it to me. Is there a rule where the batter has to step out the way so I can throw it? I can throw Buddy out at third. Is that already a rule now? Like you can't get in the way of the catcher?
Batter interference is a thing.
You can't interfere with the play.
Yeah. Just like this kitchen. Freddie Emerald says the Rays' current Pythagorean expectation is 127.5 wins. Jose, over under 127.
I'm not exactly sure what the Pythagorean expectation is. But I'm gonna say under. That's the most wins in the baseball season
by 11.
So, but then do they ruin it?
Well, no, I believe didn't Ichiro's Mariners hit 120?
No, I thought they were 116. They tied the record. 116.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they ruined it. They didn't make it to the finals.
Yep.
So, Jose, what about if the wall had like doors, like you can run and the door opens and you can try and chase the ball up into the stands as an outfielder?
I don't know if you know this, but that actually was the rule in baseball for a long time.
You could run up there?
Yeah, so you know when they talk about like the dead ball era?
Yeah.
That's what there didn't used to be home runs back in the day. Like you just played in an open field and you would have to go get the ball. And so like if you hit it into the fans would like grab the ball and run away with it. So you couldn't get their player out.
That's pretty odd. Well, in cricket, when they hit the ball into the crowd has to throw the ball back.
Really?
Because they like play with one ball and the pitcher gets used to the one ball and the feel of the ball. And after a while, like a pitcher can request a new ball, but most of the time the pitcher wants to keep that same ball he's been bowling with the whole time. I'm big in cricket now. I'm on the IPL guy. I'm following the IPL. Cricket is awesome. Baseball could take some rules from cricket that would be sick. Like no fouls. Everything is in play. Just get rid of the foul line, right?
I like that.
So to go off your dead ball era, so back in the day, not in Little League, it was the like 3rd and 4th grade, right? We played on fields that didn't have fences. Okay. So one of the fields, there was like woods started, like well beyond. But there was a couple stud kids like Colin Redmond, Justin Sajansky. Like, these kids could play baseball when they were young. And I remember my buddy Colin hit the ball into the woods, and the outfielder was running back, and his dad's like, "Go get the ball in the woods." He's like, "There's poison ivy in there." Like that's what he's screaming back. I can still see it. Thomas Keener, kid was incredible.
I want to animate that story because I can see you opening it up like, "Oh, Steven Wojcinski." This is like
he ran all the way back, and his dad's like, "Keep going." He's like, "Oh man. Okay, Jose. Before we let you go, as is the case usually, so we're giving our World Series picks. You still have yet to pick the Rays to go to the World Series. So
I will not pick them this week either. I'm sticking with the prediction I made last time, which I believe is Toronto Blue Jays versus Atlanta Braves.
okay, Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't ever see teams that start off this hot just continue it all the way through the season and then into the playoffs as well. I expect the Rays to eventually stop being this good.
You didn't say that, Josh.
And the Blue Jays, I think, are still a really, really excellent team. So.
Okay. One last thing. Okay. We're going to get into this later in the show. It's our final topic, but I know you're a big movie guy. So apparently there's a company out there paying people $1,000 to sit and watch all of the Fast and the Furious movies back to back to back. Is that enough money for you to sit through all of the Fast and Furious movies?
I mean, I don't want to negotiate against myself, but you don't have to pay me to do that.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Team Jose on this one, Leighton. Team Jose. Jose Ruckus, the absolute legend, the San Francisco Giant himself, Little League sunflower seed chewer extraordinaire, host,
and ultimate rebounder.
Rebounder. Yeah. Get it tattooed. That's a good name for a horse. Ultimate rebounder.
Yeah.
Boom.
Solid.
Co-host of Don't Cause a Ruckus with AJ Kaw and Jose Ruckus Wednesdays right here on the Fan-Controlled Sports Entertainment Network, 6 p.m. Pacific. Jose, you're a legend. Give us one quick.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
See ya. All right.
Talks with his son are going to be interesting one day.
Really interesting. Let me. I get that. All right, we got 2 more things to get to. First, let's talk about this quickly. Bronny James going to USC. Okay. Now, I look at this.
Avengers.
Wait, say that again?
I think they just built the Avengers. Okay, that's an exaggeration. An exaggeration. I'm trying to think of a superhero group where there's like 2 superheroes that are just really, really good, and then they just help everybody else.
So this is more like Batman and Robin, and then
the Teen Titans. I don't know.
Then like a bunch of guys in Gotham City.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so this is what I want to know. Here's my 3 main questions. One is if Bronny James going to USC and who's the Isaiah Collier going as well, right? Is USC now what? Are they a top 5 team preseason?
Yes.
Okay.
Top 5, top 10.
Okay. And does this make USC men's basketball like the hardest ticket in LA outside of Lakers?
Yes.
It's a small arena.
Yeah. But I would pay to go watch Bronny and Isaiah play before I watch the Clippers, even in that new arena.
Burn.
Sorry, Clippers. That's a burn.
That hurts.
Like I think right now it's Lakers, USC, UCLA, Clippers. Actually, sorry. Lakers, USC, UCLA, Sparks. Clippers.
You can. Oh man,
this is getting worse. I'm sorry.
Just keep going. How about how about Santa Monica City College, then Clippers?
Yeah, like Last Chance U, season 7.
Yes,
Clippers.
Yes.
Like,
Clippers. Is Bronny one and done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think LeBron says, "Look, play a year. You know, you're in Hollywood, all that stuff, and then get drafted." And I think they'll camp him around as many professionals to get him ready for NBA. So if he's
what I'm looking forward to is because obviously we don't see much high school basketball on television. What I'm looking forward to is USC games getting a ton of play on ESPN, wherever streaming, however you want to see it, and seeing if Bronny James is the hype. Right. I want to see this dude succeed. I don't want this to be some kind of nepotistic adventure like Hollywood and LeBron just gets into the Lakers because he's LeBron. Right.
Well, what's interesting about this college sports season is not only are we going to see that with Bronny, but we're going to see the same thing with Shedeur Sanders as the quarterback of Colorado.
Yeah.
Right. Don't get me wrong. Like that Jackson State team was beast, but now we're talking Power 5 level.
Yeah.
So now all eyes are on the Pac-12 this year. Actually, when you think about it,
You're not wrong. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think anybody has cared about Colorado football since the early 90s.
yeah.
And
When
now
they
we're here.
got that co-title,
Yeah.
shit.
Bronny isn't league ready after 1 year. That's what I'm thinking. I think he has 2 years at USC. I
2 years.
Here's the thing. To me right now, Bronny James, just on a pure skill level, if I saw Bronny James walking in a suit down the street, I'd think he's a 35-year-old accountant. He looks so mature. He's an old looking. He's like when Greg Odom came out for the draft. Okay. He's an old looking man. He's a man. Bronny James is a man. Okay.
Yes.
He's a grown man. Based solely on that, I think one and done. That's what he's aiming for. But let's just say, hypothetically, Leighton, if USC doesn't win a national title and they only make it to the Elite Eight, and he's not projected to go top 15, and maybe Isaiah Collier also not projected to go top 15. Maybe they are like they have an awakening call, a wake-up call in college, although they're pretty much playing the same guys they played in AAU. Okay. Do they stay for another season to try and win a national title at USC? Something they haven't done on it forever.
No, I don't think there's any value anymore unless you play at the Blue Bloods, right? Like a UConn.
Okay.
Unless you play at a UConn and in that one season is like you actually have a chance to go win a national title. I don't think the one and done players value a national championship as much as being drafted to the NBA alone.
Right. And that's the shame about college basketball now is that it's a springboard. It's not that line in the movie Miracle? He's like, why'd you play college hockey? Seriously. He's like, I played to win a national title and that guy took it from me. Right?
Yeah.
I don't
watch that this Saturday, actually.
God, that movie is so flippin' good. Man. Freddie Airmail, let's see. I expect Bronny at USC to work out better right away than Shadur at Colorado. To be honest, they can both work out, but I think one is more likely. Dude, playing quarterback in college football, playing quarterback in general is 1 billion% harder than being a point guard in college basketball. Yeah. It's just so hard. It's such, and maybe Dion is a better coach than we're giving him credit for, and maybe Dion does something super, super special. Right now, if I was going to Vegas and I said, what are the chances that I'm not saying college football playoff. I'm saying more than 8 wins, 8.5 wins. I would take the under. I would take the under.
The reason why I'm not against it is because when he started at Jackson, it was pandemic and the SWAC did a spring football season. So he really coached 3 football seasons.
Okay.
Jackson got murked. I mean, they got destroyed by the SWAC. Okay. And, then they came back his second year and they won the league. So I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happens where in his year 1, there's a lot of adjusting and they struggle to become bowl eligible. But I do think they'll make a bowl game, but they'll end up at like the Lending Tree Bowl or something. Yeah,
hot Lending Tree. I'm not saying anything about the talent, to be honest with you, Leighton, because I would love to see some HBCU guys come in and be absolute studs. I mean, I think the blurring of lines between those schools is happening as we speak anyway. But what I'm saying is, does Dion keep the talent at Colorado with the mentality that he has going right now? Because Dion
he already lost 60 guys.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But that's kind of what I was looking at is that the same thing happened when he was at Jackson. He came in, he got a lot of dudes out, but he was lucky enough to use that spring season, what most coaches wish they could do. Like, let me get you all out there competing against other teams. And then they came back that following fall season and won the league. So expect Colorado. I think they'll struggle and then end up in the Sun Bowl in season 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bronny James, Shadur Sanders. If my dad was Dion and I wasn't good at football or a sport, like if I wasn't athletic, imagine that. Imagine Dion's kid isn't good at a sport.
No, he's not a happy man.
Oh man, that's tough. All right, let's get into our final topic of today. Again, this is Back to Work. We're here every single Monday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Josh Macuga, Leighton Batiste. at Fan Controlled across all social medias. Tell all your friends, subscribe to the channel. We're the only professional sports leagues where fans call the plays in football and fans are about to light it up in basketball. Fans control everything here. It's not just an ethos, we do it. If we can't make a decision company-wide, just let the fans decide. Is that a good way to go about things? Seems to be working for my bank account.
Oh, that's true.
It's true. Okay. So tell the people what this $1,000 offer.
Yeah, there's a company that wants to pay someone $1,000 to watch every Fast and Furious movie created, and I think that's bogus.
You think that's not enough?
Not enough at all. I personally would want 1,000 per movie.
You want how many movies are there? We're going on 10, right?
10, yeah.
So you want 10K to watch all the Fast and Furious movies?
Yes.
$1,000 a movie, Leighton? These are just high quality cinema. You are insulting the Fast and Furious franchise.
I get it. But okay, so then you could spin it and say it's so valuable that why would you only pay me minimal $1,000 to watch this great production?
Okay, but with this $10,000, do they have to do like a book report on each movie? Do they have to like excuse me?
So that's what they didn't say. It was like, does the person have to give their feedback or whatever? But if so, yeah, you gotta pay me $1,000.
Okay, I'm gonna give you some franchises, and you got to tell me how much it would cost for you to watch the whole thing.
Okay.
Beginning all of them, from the old ones to the new ones. Planet of the Apes.
Why would you do this?
Like the original crappy old ones with like the.
Oh gosh. Yeah. You're gonna have to. I'm gonna bump that up. You might have to pay me like $1,200.
$1,200 a movie.
A movie. Yeah, that's
doing
hard.
Pretty well. Doing pretty well. Okay, Indiana Jones.
You know what? Those are really good. You could undersell me. I'd take around $800 a movie.
I would watch Indiana Jones for free anytime, anywhere. Okay, all of the Star Wars movies, all of them.
Okay.
And the series.
Oh, that's a big payday.
That's
a big payday. But I'm gonna drop the number because there's so many of them.
Okay.
So like a good $350.
$350 per movie.
Think about how many movies and how many series that is.
And now $350
dropped the new one on Disney Plus, the little kid one.
Yeah, the Mandalorian. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like the little kid one.
Yes. Okay. Star Wars. Okay. Fast and Furious. You're saying you would need $1,000 a movie. That is. How about all the Karate Kids? Karate Kids, including Cobra Kai.
I'll take $400.
You're a tough. Is there a? I mean, for me, I obviously.
Is there a series that you don't have to pay me any money to watch?
Yeah. What's either $0 or you pay them to go watch it. You're like, I love this so much, I'll pay you.
Ooh, you're going to flip it. It's between two. It's either the Godfather trilogy or the Christian Bale Batman.
Oh, okay.
Trilogy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's Bad Boys. I'll pay you to watch Bad Boys anytime.
Like, you gotta watch this.
Oh God, it's so good. It's just.
How much would you pay me?
I'd probably give you $500 a movie to watch it with me.
so and then I watched it with you. Gotta get $250.
Yeah. Jose Ruckus, Die Hard. All the Die Hards, the original. Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free, Die Hard Freedom. There's Live Free and Die Hard, and then there's what was the other one? A Good Day to Die Hard.
Yeah, $600 a movie.
$600 a movie for Die Hard. Wow. Yeah, the last two were pretty tough. The one with Justin Long wasn't great, and then the one with Jai Courtney wasn't amazing. How about, let me see. You said the Batman movies. Every single Marvel movie. You got to watch them all. Up until Guardians of the Galaxy. And you got to watch the series and even the bad ones.
Again, I'm just doing, this is going to add up all together over time. Okay. So I think you could pay me. Yeah, I'll take $300. Because think about how much content that is for each one. That's a lot of money I'm walking away with.
And you have to stay awake the whole time. You can't go to sleep. You have to watch it straight through.
Oh, that's hard. Because come on, like the early parts of WandaVision, it's pretty rough.
Brutal.
And what was it? The Moon Knight series?
Oh, Moon Knight was pretty tough. Jay Spacely, every single comedy movie on Netflix currently. We're talking about the Netflix originals, Jay Spacely. You couldn't pay me enough. Oh, Freddie Airmail, every single Hallmark Christmas movie. That's my mom's dream.
3,000. I come home and that's on my mom's television. I'm like, oh, is it the same Hallmark Christmas movie where the guy comes home and sees the girl from high school who just so happens to be divorced but has a little girl that thinks he's come on.
Yep. Twilight Saga. You know my buddy Tanner, he's the Liberty Bibberty guy. He was in that exact same Hallmark movie. He like comes home, he's got a daughter. No, he's already back home. His girl, the girl that he had a crush on from high school, comes back for the reunion. It's a Christmas reunion.
Oh, so he's like the I stayed home, I wear jeans and a flannel t-shirt guy.
Yes, correct. Yeah, and he runs like a floral shop, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jose Ruckus with the final one. This is a good one. The Twilight Saga.
Ugh. That was the most annoying period in middle school. It was terrible.
You were in middle school. I think I was out of college. Oh man, I'll tell you, I don't need $1,000 to watch Fast and the Furious, and we appreciate you guys not spending $1,000 to sit here with us on a Monday. Back to work. Again, we're here every single Monday. Myself, Josh Macuga.
Myself, Leighton Batiste, Fan Control A.
Anything you guys want to talk about, remember to get those hoops names in there. FCHoops.io. I was like, FCH oops.
Yeah.
FCHoops.io. Get those name submissions in there. Thank you for all the people that have submitted already. There are some great ones in there. Tomorrow, Info Arcade is back. Wednesday, Don't Cause a Ruckus. Thursday, the Fan Controlled Show. Thank you all for being great people and for wanting to fan control all sports. Everything in life is better when it's fan controlled. Until next Monday.
Shout out to the Rim Reapers.
Reapers.
Back to work.
How you fan? Thank you, fans, for watching Back to Work with Leighton Batiste and Josh Macuga on the fan-controlled sports and entertainment YouTube channel. If you liked this video, you can check out other videos right here. You can subscribe to the channel, tell all your friends, hit like buttons across all the videos, check out all of our shorts and live shows, and as always, power to the fans.